Okay. Good morning, everybody. Happy October. Today is Monday, October 2nd. Markets are currently off to a mixed start. NASDAQ right now is looking down on the pre-market, but currently flat at 0.03%. Watching a few names. Let's see. I forgot to put them on my watch list, but we will add them in the meantime. Let's go to my Discord. So Meta, Nvidia, Netflix, Meta. Was looking for a 300 put with the stop loss, but it's already passing up the stop, so might not take that one. Nvidia, I was looking for the longs, the 442 strike. Oh, they don't have a... It's the wrong expiration date. Okay. And then Netflix. I was looking for a 3-week expiration on this one. 370 strike. It's kind of expensive, but so is that Meta? What? That's weird. Okay, let's go to the flexible grid. I see. We got the wrong expiration on it. We have the 27th. When we need the 6th. Same for Nvidia. Yeah, okay. So watching those three names, again, bearish on Netflix, Nvidia, and then bullish on Meta. Let's check on the charts. Go to the 15. Looks like Meta just got rejected at 303, pulling back. Currently at 301.50. And the delta for this option is 45. Okay. So it's about a 30 cent, 20 cent stop loss now. Why are they trading for so much though? Oh, I have the wrong expiration date still. I was going to say that shouldn't be trading for 1300. Oh, 06 expiration. Copy and paste that in here. Huh. Weird. There we go. Yeah, they're trading for 400. That seems right. Right now it's already trading at 303. The options are trading for 400. Okay. We'll go with 5 of them. And we'll set a tight stop on it. It's trading at 420 right now. We'll set our stop at like 390. Or 385. Give us a little bit of wiggle room. Alright, check on Nvidia in the meantime. Headed up. Okay, so looks like we have a pretty bullish market so far. Good morning, welcome. Nvidia just went over 443. See, I don't think that one's gonna pull back. Alright, those Meta sold at 300. or sorry, 380, I should say. Yeah, those NVIDIA calls were the big play this morning. But it seems like we may have already missed out. Unless we adjust our stop to like 442. Our original stop was at 437.5, so it's well above that. The delta on the option is 52. They're trading for almost 900 each. I don't want my... There we go. Definitely a solid break of the pre-market highs, though, which I'm liking. Again, 50 delta on it. It's trading at 443, basically. All right. We'll get it on 3 at 905. Stop it at 850. Next level is going to be 447 and a half. Already trading at 444. I'd imagine 445 will be a rejection. It is a top performer of the day, already up 2%. Meta's up 1.5%, so good thing we stopped out of those. Pretty much everything is jumping in the first 15. Netflix is the only one that's kind of lagging behind. It did go above the stop I had planned for that 3-week put. Looks like NVIDIA's having a hard time staying above 444 right now. At 445 level is probably where we have some sellers. Much rather see this kind of market. Yeah, a market that's actually moving than what we got for, the last 3 or 4 trading days. Something with momentum. All right, we're seeing 445 in the high. Contracts are trading for 970. We bought them at 905, so up about 200 for this position so far. And like I thought, that 445 mark is being a little bit tricky, but We still got a little bit of ways to get to 447, which is my take profit. I'm trading for 1,000 a piece now. Finally getting over that 445 level pretty quick. What are the bands around the candle? If you're talking about the gray, this is just support or resistance zones that I have. I usually draw them up on the hourly chart. And then I'll draw support or resistance lines on the 15. All right, we're at 446, so we're damn close to it, but not quite finishing. The one that goes around? Not sure. I know what you're talking about there. All right, these are trading for 1075. I say we're close enough to take profit. Sold them at 1075. Bottom at 905, so that's 170 each for 3. 510 profit. What kind of NVIDIA? So this was a call option that I bought. 442.5 strike that was expiring for this Friday, 10/6. I bought it at 905. Probably. I was definitely late to the party. I wanted to buy first thing on the open, but I was too focused on meta. Bought him at 905 though, sold him at 1075 just now. I was waiting for that 447.5 mark, but we came just shy of it. Let's see if we can spot any other opportunities. Looks like a green market overall besides Tesla. Tesla had a really brutal sell-off like 30 minutes before open for some reason. Kind of liking it as a short opportunity, but you're definitely going against market trends, so you need to keep the stop very tight. And don't open a lot of contracts for it. Let's see, it's trading at 246.66 with a resistance at 247 right now. I would probably want to see it at 243, 244. For take profit. So 245 strike price would be probably best. I'm imagining it has about a 50 delta, well, maybe a little bit more, 60 delta. We're looking at the wrong side of that trade. No, 245 put has a 40 delta, 45 delta. Okay. Trading at 530 each, 540. I'll go in on. Well, looks like we're above ideal entry right now. Which could raise that stop all the way up to 249.25, which I don't want to take. Not yet, at least. But definitely a nice little rebound at about 242.5 for Tesla. I just want to make sure that this pulls back first instead of just continuing to pump through this candle. The bottom on that candle is 5.15. They're trading at 5.35 right now. Just wait on the pullback. See if there is one. Now it's trading at 248. Again, the stop is at 249.25 now. So that's 40-cent stop. No, it's a 30-cent stop. At 470 each. Okay. I got a late entry, but that's okay. 470. We'll set our stop at 450. Bouncing right on that level at 247. Might just take profit there. To play it safe. $5.35 close, I think. I couldn't see that. Nice little $200 scalp on it, but yeah, probably could have got some more. I think we probably could have waited till like 245 since we actually broke that 247 level. But that's okay. Delta on it's pretty low at 45. So 3 trades so far today. Bearish on Tesla, bullish on Nvidia. Looks like Nvidia's pulling back too. At 444 again. And we sold damn near the top. Checking out Meta, that one could be a rejection at 306. I might have to change my strike price for the put though, since it's way higher. Maybe to 302.50. Even that's a bit far away. Could just go with a 305.50 delta. Take a lighter position on it. It's trading at 302.50. Delta is 47, so basically a 25-cent stop. Where is that? There we go. Okay, I'll just get 3 of them. 25-cent stop. 485, so 450 stop. They went to 515 at the best for this 15-minute candle. Meta is the only one that I've lost on so far this morning. Going with those puts a little bit too early. But this second one might actually work out with that resistance now at 306. Just check on Netflix in the meantime. Yeah, well outside of where I wanted. So that not really looking like a good trade. Unless we flip sides to calls. Hi, welcome. Trading right under 305. Seems like Meta just wants to stay in this range for now between 305 and 306. If we get a decent break under 305, we might start selling off. We did before at 305, 304.50, but ended up gaining support there. Let's see, this candle went from 302.50 to 305.75, so that's $3 move. So we probably want to get this down at 304.25 for take profit. If we want to reverse half the candle. Right now it's still gaining support at 304.50. Alright, there's the 304.50 mark. Went just right underneath for the ask and then popped off back to the upside. Contracts are at 510 from 485 entry. Yeah, I think I'm just going to place a limit order to close at 510. I think that's probably the most we'll get out of it. What are my confirmations to get into trade? Usually just like a rejection at certain levels. Sold the Meta 305 puts at 410. So something like this is a perfect setup, right? We ended up going just a little bit above 306 for the top of this candle, which is a resistance zone that I have from the hourly chart. If we're looking, it started back here, way back on 9/7, and it's kind of persisted through that. You've seen a few topping candles around that level. You had this kind of base resistance just a couple days ago, so recency bias. And then today, that 306 level acted as a resistance again. So ideally, you want to see the rejection first and then take the entry with your stop just above. And then it had a support around 304.50 from the bottom in this 15-minute candle, or this 5-minute candle, so that's where we ended up exiting. Just the closest support level, especially with the uptrend we have right now. If you're going against the trend, usually I'll take smaller positions, tighter stops, but also tighter take profits. Yeah, no problem. So that's probably all the trades I got today. We'll see if we can find anything else, but made 510 on Nvidia, lost 65 total on Meta, and then we made 215 on Tesla. Looks like Tesla actually dropped enough to probably give us a little bit more profit if we held. Yeah, it almost came down to that 243.75 mark. That's a bit shocking. Yep, basically. I'll try to trade with the trend unless you just have, these huge outliers like something like Nvidia or Meta, where they're up 1.5%, 2% in the first 30 minutes of trading. And then there has to be like a clear rejection at the level first. So for Nvidia right now, I'd say there's half decent rejection at 447.5. It ended up going to 446.8. Didn't quite get to the level that I was anticipating, but this would be a decent entry. And you would want to open this as close to the stop as possible. So like 446.75 would be an ideal entry for me. So 75 cents off of the stop. And the delta for the option is, well, I guess I'm looking at calls from this morning. You probably want to close to the money strike, 445. So replace the call that we have for now. Delta on that is 50 basically. So we didn't quite get up to that level that I wanted for the entry at 446.75, but we already started pulling back. Let's see, the low on that candle was 700. So we can place a limit order to buy at 7. And our stop would be 75 cents higher on a 50 delta. So basically a 40-cent stop will put us at 660. If we get an entry at 700 though. Alright, we got our entry at 7. And that already fell through. See, that's more of a solid rejection there. And it went just a little bit over our stop at 447.75. So I might try one more with the stop at 650 this time. Let's see, the lowest they went was 645. How much percent do I earn per day? I mean, it depends on the day. Some days I hit my stops more often than others. Today, so far, I'm up 1.6%. Alright, I'm going to take another entry. 670. Or 655, actually. That's a good entry. Sold those already at 645. Yeah, my stop was probably too close. But now it looks like it's peeking over. Maybe making a decent opportunity on calls. Volume is going up into the resistance. Next resistance is at 442 and 453. And I would probably want to set the stop at 446.66. So the stop would be like 635. Already pumped higher there. All right, I'm gonna try my entry at 725. No, too late. Okay, so it's trading about $1 off. The new stop would be 447.5. It's very close to it though, which is a bit worrying. 75 cents on a 50 delta would be like 35-cent stop. Okay. Feel comfortable at 700 entry. This will probably be the last trade since we're closing in on 10:15. The market should start slowing down. But Nvidia's up 3% right now, so definitely leading the market. And our stop should be at 44666. So you want to see this stay above 447.50 and approach that 450 mark. The second you buy or sell, it jumps 50. It's the worst feeling, isn't it? All right, we're trading right over 449. These are trading at 750 each. Our entry was in at 700. We're going with the trend, so that gives me a little bit more confidence in holding the trade, but that 449 is acting as a decent resistance right now. Haven't seen any buyers yet over 449. Hopefully they step in, but not giving me a ton of confidence right now. They're keeping it just over 447.5 for the moment. Looks like we got Jamie Dimon speaking right now. I think we have some Fed speakers today, if I remember right. Yeah, Powell's speaking in 45 minutes. Was PMI good today? PMI came in at 49.8, so about neutral, a little bit above expectations, so that is good for manufacturing. I would say that's a good surprise for the market. A positive surprise. Construction spending came in at expectations but lower than last month. Manufacturing employment is actually rising at 51.2 versus 48.3 expected. So that's actually good to see. You want to see manufacturing going up because that's been in the trenches for a very long time. That's all we got was manufacturing PMI. But yeah, everything that I'm reading here is actually pretty positive for the market. That means that manufacturing's going up. Supply side should start catching up, which means inflation should be coming down, but we'll see on that. These contracts peaked at 770 and pulled back. Again, that 449 level is just a bit tricky on it. Meta's almost at 305, up 1.5%. So that one actually did end up going above the 306 level, but then ended up pulling back almost right after. It's kind of looking pretty similar for Nvidia too. earnings the last 45 minutes, or I guess this last 30 minutes. It's just been chopping between 446.50 and 449, a little bit over 449. I think I'll just take profits where we're at. Maybe for just 2 and hold 1. Oh, they just changed the ask. Got filled at 748 though. Lucky fill on that. So we got 1 more of these left. Support is at 447.5. We're trading at 448.5 with a 50 delta, so we'll just set our stop to break even at 7. Usually the deltas that I buy range anywhere between 30 and 50. Most of the options I would say are between 45 and 50 though. You can see the delta on the options that I've traded today. Tesla's 35, Nvidia is 49 and 64, Netflix is 40, and then Meta is 50. Alright, we might actually be breaking over 449 here. Alright, they're trading at 775. I'm waiting for 450, but yeah, no problem. And really the strike price that I choose is based on what price I'm expecting it to go. I'll just kind of round it. Alright, give me that for 800. There we go. Nice. Another 200 on Nvidia there. Taking that upside trade. So that makes 600 almost. 560 for Nvidia today. 215 for Tesla and minus 65 for Meta. Let's see. $568. 215. And the 65 for Meta puts us at 700 profit for the day. For about 2.5%. But yeah, that's probably all the day trading I'll do today. Really wanted to take a swing on Netflix, but that doesn't look like as good of an opportunity as it was. Unless we're going and setting our stop way higher at 395, which too far for my liking. Checking out the hourly chart, we don't really have a breakout yet. We still have resistance at like 383. So maybe not today. Still chopping around. We'll wait for it to break the chop and take a side. How many contracts do I usually buy per trade? Depends on the stock. So if it's a cheaper stock like Google or Amazon, those $100, $150 stocks, usually I'll buy like 10 of them or so. And then if it's something more expensive like Nvidia, I'm usually buying like 3 to 5. So if it's like Nvidia, Netflix, the stocks that trade at like 400, I'll usually take 3 to 5 of them. Let's see. For today, we just took 3 calls on Nvidia that we closed out of. For Meta, we bought 3. For Tesla, we bought 5. So yeah, between 3 and 5 for any stock that's pretty heavy, like $400, $500. And then Tesla's at $250, but their premiums are pretty high. So I usually spend about $2,000 on each trade, roughly. But yeah, that's probably all the trades I got today, and I will catch y'all. Actually, this Microsoft is looking like a good setup, but it is past 10:15, so the markets are going to slow down. We could take a swing. Risk all the way up to like 321 though. $4 risk to the upside, and maybe you get $3 to the downside. So not exactly the best risk reward. Maybe if we get back up to 318.75, I'll take that. But for right now, we'll avoid. But yeah. Will the markets be affected by Fed speaking? Probably. I'm not sure exactly what he's speaking on today, but I would imagine that he would have some impact. I guess we could live stream that. It's at 11 o'clock, so in about 30 minutes or so. I'll just start a new live stream for it. But I don't think that'll trade during the event. But yeah, that's it for now, and I'll catch y'all, I guess, in about 30 minutes or so. See you, everybody.